Wyckoff, who's in her first season as the head coach at Florida State, but make no mistake, she's been around the program for a long time. And even she said that she was surprised with the start for Tania. So it's just kind of funny to hear from the head coach that has been recruiting Tania Latson for so long that even she has been surprised at the start for the freshman phenom who just gets the ball and gets us started for Florida State. And a quick three, cashed in from Erin Howard, the 6'1" redshirt senior from Madison, Wisconsin. Look at the starting five for Presbyterian team coming in at 3-6, although they have lost their last 5 of the last 6.
And Sam, that's one thing I really like about this Florida State team is, yes, Tania Latson is the story. Don't get me wrong, but the depth on this team has been really fun to watch. They play everybody, and everybody who has a jersey on is going to contribute for Florida State. You don't see that on most rosters.
Here's a look at the starting five for Florida State. Size may not be at their advantage, but like you said, Kelly, they have 4 players that can bring it up the floor and a lot of players that can cash in some threes. A little early heat check there for Erin Howard. Hit off the mark, but a 3-0 start for Florida State here. Here's a three on the other end. Maranira, that's no good. Presbyterian team coming off of a loss to Florida. This is their 3rd straight game against a Florida team, and they have lost the previous 2. One to Jacksonville, one to Florida, and now trying to get it done against Florida State, out to a 5-0 start.
And there's sophomore KK Timpson, who has made a huge leap from last year to this year. Just grabbed that offensive rebound and got the putback. I have been very impressed with her so far this season, Sam. She leads the ACC in field goal percentage. She's making 62% of her field goal attempts. Look how easy she makes this look. Look how high she gets. Catches that rebound, goes right back up with the left hand. I know that Coach Wyckoff is super excited about Timpson and her future.
Nira, her second three is off the mark. Here's what Florida State does. They look to push. Sarah Bajetti, her pass a little bit too high for Erin Howard. Another look at Brooke Wyckoff takes over, of course, for the legendary head coach Sue Semrau after her 24 years as the head coach of the Seminoles. Of course, Wyckoff did serve as the interim head coach for Florida State during that COVID year, 2020-2021. Coach Semrau took that single season leave of absence, but Brooke Wyckoff has been in this program now, 12th year on staff.
And Sam, we always talk about, it's hard to replace a legend. Sue Semrau is Florida State women's basketball. She built this program with her own 2 hands, took it to an Elite 8, made it one of the best programs in the ACC. But I think it's easier to replace a legend when you're a legend yourself than Brooke Wyckoff, who has her jersey retired here at Florida State.
Jersey in the rafters for Coach Wyckoff here at the Tuck. And a scrum for the ball here, still loose, and Presbyterian gains control. Shot from 3, in and out. And a tough start from distance for Presbyterian, 0 for 3. Latson tried to just push that one across. Quick turnover, though. Charging towards the basket. Shot no good for Howard. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up and in. Erin Howard with 5 of the team's 7 here in the early going.
A little bit of a sloppy start for FSU, but it's just obvious that one of the many advantages for Florida State in this game is going to be the rebounding margin. They're a lot bigger inside. Presbyterian has struggled to keep teams off the glass, and Florida State already with 4 second-chance points.
Mid-range jumper good for Nuria Cannell, the 6'1" senior transfer from Eastern Washington by way of Spain. A lot of international players on this Presbyterian team for 5th-year head coach Alora Sharp. Fading away there, Latson no good. And Presbyterian back the other way with Christina Klein. Ball inside, Cannell working on Howard, and Cannell had it partially blocked.
Great block by Erin Howard. She's playing the 4 spot for this team, and she looks a little leaner than she did last year, Sam. I like how she's able to run the floor and provide a spark for them rebounding the ball and defensively at the 4.
Tilda Shukvis gets to the free throw line. Her shot too strong. And a timeout will be called on the floor. 7-4 early start. Good start for the 10-1 Florida State Seminoles.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Did you know that Geico could help with your homeowner's insurance?
Cookies.
Oh, it's my mum's secret recipe.
Is there a little nutmeg in there?
It's a secret.
Is it cinnamon?
It's my mum's secret recipe.
Geico.
The moment you dreamed of has arrived. Introducing the Klein Club Collection. Exclusive styles at Zales, the Diamond Store.
Weird. Come on. Great. You for real? So maybe just a cable?
We can help you.
Welcome to America's #1 battery destination. AutoZone, your battery solution.
Back to work? Back to work?
We've all got work worries. They're annoying little things that never leave us alone.
Deadlines!
Even at work. But you can get them under control. Asana makes work easier for your team, so you can focus on all the things that matter instead of just worrying about work. Make work work for you with Asana.
There are still too many bad burgers out there. So Arby's is running that Wagyu steakhouse burger back. Arby's, we have the meats.
Boring gum. Fancy gum. Icebreakers. Ooh, fancy.
The holidays are a lot. But after one of Dunkin's handcrafted holiday signature lattes made with rich espresso, you'll be a lot more. America runs on Dunkin'.
Fellas, I'm getting married.
Get your popcorn ready.
It's gonna be just like old times. Only better, right?
Better.
If we grab enough loot, we can make our way to Polar Plateau.
Bro, are you lagging?
My batteries are toast.
Who still uses batteries?
Welcome back to the Donald L. Tucker Center here in Tallahassee, Florida. Florida State Presbyterian just getting started here. Early timeout for head coach Brooke Wyckoff. Her team out in front 7-4. You take a look at the two key words here, Kelly Graham, like pace and space. Difference from last year to this year. Last year had trouble scoring the ball, moving the ball quickly. This year it's a different story.
Yeah, Brooke Wyckoff has instituted really a new offense with her assistant coach Bill Ferreira, who she brought in. And last year, Florida State was much more of a half-court team. This year, they've added over 10 possessions per game. Now, that may not sound like a lot, but think about it, Sam, just hypothetically. Let's say you make a 3 on every one of those possessions. That's 30 more points. Let's say you make a 2. That's 20 more points. Or if you score on just half of them, 10 or 15 more points per game. So it's a big difference. And one reason Coach Wyckoff told us that she made this switch is because of her roster. She has a ton of capable ball handlers on this roster. And whoever gets that rebound can get the ball and go just like that with Tanaya Latson. But you can't have the missed layup, Sam. That's something that's very rare from Latson.
Just a bit too strong for Latson. She's 0 for 3 here in this first quarter, but Florida State's going to continue to push. Here's Latson again, driving in, creates contact, and an offensive foul going against Latson there.
From first glance, Sam, I think that is a good call with how Latson lowered her shoulder. And yes, I believe it is. Kenseth was already there. She had established legal guarding position before Latson left the floor. So great call and a great job by Kenseth to take that charge.
4 turnovers for Florida State in the last 3.5 minutes. This is a team that has also taken much better care of the ball this year. Just 14 turnovers a game is good for 4th in the ACC right now. Presbyterian on the other side has not taken great care of the ball. They average over 21 turnovers a game. Offensive rebound here for Brianna. Brady puts it back up. That's no good. And it's Snoop Turnage with the rebound. Mariana Valenzuela cashes in the 3. 58% from long range this year, Kelly. That's her 15th made 3.
She has been scorching hot. I love what Valenzuela is bringing to this team. Massive improvement from last year, coming off the bench, providing a spark. And when you can have a stretch 4, stretch 5, she can play both, that can shoot the 3 like that. Very, very difficult to guard, Sam.
Presbyterian 0 of their last 8 from the floor. They are 0 for 8 from 3. And Florida State is 2 for 2 now on back-to-back possessions. Turnage hits just her second 3 of the season. She has struggled a little bit from distance.
Sometimes three-point shooting can be contagious in the best way. Valenzuela gets in here and makes a 3, and then a great pass from Bajetti to Turnage, who knocks down an open look as well. And this is what I mean, Sam, the depth on this team.
Yeah.
Coach Wyckoff called that timeout early just to get her bench in, because she likes the pieces coming off the bench, and every one of these players on this FSU team is a threat to score in double digits every night.
It's also interesting, you look at some of the better three-point shooters on this team as Bajetti drives and gets fouled. You go down the line, Mariana Valenzuela is 6'2". Michaela Timpson, who makes a lot of threes, is also 6'2". So they have some power forwards in the 4 spot that are making a lot of their threes.
Well, and that's part of the pace and space, right? They want to play a 4-round 1, a 4-out 1 in, so it's either Timpson most of the time or Valencia Myers inside. And so everyone else playing those 1 through 4 spots has to be able to shoot the rock. And again, I think that's another reason why Coach Wyckoff switched to this offensive system this year.
All right, Sunday, our women's basketball quadruple header starts at noon Eastern time. Wake Forest, Syracuse, Louisville taking on Pitt at 2. Kelly and I will be at that game. Then it's a top 10 matchup between number 5 Notre Dame and number 6 Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. Finally wrapping it up with the 8th-ranked NC State Hoops hosting Clemson to cap off the night. It'll be a great day of hoops in the ACC. It's been an excellent start to the season. 4 teams in the ACC in the top 10 right now. What a stuff there for Michaela Timpson, and another one. And this one rolling all the way into the backcourt, a race to the ball. Who touched it last? And yes, it looks like Bajetti did touch it last. I think that might have been going out on Presbyterian, though.
Michaela Timpson, though, look at this. Just too easy. Great job of not fouling. Blocks it with the left hand, and then another block on that possession for Florida State. Timpson averaging over 2 blocks per game, and she already has her 2, Sam.
Shot clock violation there. Michaela Timpson standing at 6'2". She's having a breakout season, Kelly, and you talk about the progression from this year to last year. You're seeing it play out here, averaging nearly a double-double per game right now, but getting it done defensively here with a couple of blocks in the first quarter.
I've been so impressed with Michaela Timpson. Look at this, from freshman year to sophomore year, and that's really when players make their biggest jump historically, because as a freshman, you're just figuring out what the heck you're doing playing college ball, and you look at her now nearly averaging a double-double, and she's someone that Coach Wyckoff has been excited about since she was a freshman. I think the sky is truly the limit for Michaela Timpson.
Yeah, we're an excellent relationship, too, between Michaela Timpson and Coach Brooke Wyckoff.
Omaria Gordon went from making that outlet pass for the 3 to running all the way around the 3-point line to grab that rebound. I love that hustle from Omaria Gordon.
Well, there's another thing, too, Kelly. When you talk about this Florida State team, of course, they bring in some other players from transfers, but this is a team that is all over the place on defense, and they run up and down the court non-stop. There's a foul going against Presbyterian there. Omaria Gordon was fouled.
And part of that defensive intensity, Sam, is because if you get steals, force turnovers, you can get out and run. And that's what FSU wants to do, and what they're doing really well so far in this game.
Okay, I'm an alien.
If you're making a sci-fi movie, you need to finish the special effects.
Does that look good?
And if you want to save by bundling home and car insurance, you need Geico.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He would come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love.
Welcome back. 10-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes for this Florida State team, out to a 10-1 start this year. One of the best offenses in the country, averaging over 87 points per game. As Omaria Gordon, OMG, heads to the free throw line to shoot 2, cashes in on the first. Sophomore guard from Bradenton, Florida.
She was Miss Basketball in the state of Florida in her class, and then Tania Latson was Miss Basketball in the most recent class. So FSU doing a good job of recruiting in the Sunshine State, that's for sure.
Gordon, by the way, coming off a career-high 23 points last time out against Texas Southern. So it's just kind of, on any night, any of these players can go off. There's Tania Latson with the steal. Creates contact, gets the foul, almost gets the and one. And that was something that you were saying, Kelly. She can create contact and make those and ones like nobody else in the country.
Right, and what's interesting is I think so far in this game, she hasn't finished around the rim as well as she has in the first 11 games. And that one, you know, that's something she would make and get the and one in previous games. But that's just me being nitpicky. I mean, it's obvious how good she is, Sam. And one thing that I'm very impressed with her is when you look at a player who's scoring 26 points per game, sometimes you think, oh, well, you know, what's their shooting percentage? Are they a volume shooter? She is shooting 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and almost 80% from the free throw line. Again, as a freshman, that just shouldn't be happening.
Highest ranked recruit coming into the ACC this year, and she has lived up to the billing so far. Christina Klein looking for help. 10 on the shot clock for Presbyterian. Goes inside, tipped away by Valencia Myers.
Great work by Valencia Myers to get around Brady and get her hand on that basketball.
Then quickly back down the other end, gets fouled, and she will go to the line to shoot 2.
And this is what you love to see from your post players. Valencia Myers gets the steal, and then she runs the floor, rim to rim. And a great feed from Omaria Gordon. I know FSU's up 21-4, Sam. They'd be up 30-4 right now if they were finishing a little better around the rim and getting those and ones. But again, Valencia Myers, just that effort to get the steal as a post player, as the biggest girl on the floor, and run rim to rim to make yourself available for your point guard.
Myers averaging 8 and 8 over the last 3 games. A 15-0 run now for Florida State here in this first quarter. Minute 40 left to play. Sarah Bajetti will check back into the game. Moved from a reserve player last year to a starter this year. Poked away by Latson. Here's Turnage. Aaron Howard now pulls up, and that's in and out. Presbyterian, Kelly, would really like to get a couple of points here, finish this first quarter on a high note. But back-to-back turnovers, empty possessions for Presbyterian.
FSU has made things difficult. Specifically the guards, Turnage, Latson, and Bajetti, have been really good guarding the perimeter.
Myers bumped once again. But 9 turnovers for Presbyterian here in this first quarter. It has certainly been an area of concern for head coach Laura Sharp. 21 turnovers per game. And when we were talking to Coach Sharp earlier this week, Kelly, she told us our number in this game, at least what we're trying to get, is 16 turnovers. We can limit the turnovers to 16. We're in good shape.
And it's tough to do against a team like Florida State that's so active defensively. And Coach Sharp, you know, this is a very interesting roster for her. She has 11 new players. She has 4 new coaches. She's had to really work the transfer portal and I think done a good job of that. She's got quite a few international players. So sometimes when you see turnovers early in the season, a lot of that is on roster continuity. And when you have 11 new players, a lot of these players are still learning how to play with each other.
Tania Latson's got 3 steals already in the game. Takes that one all the way back the other way. 25-4. Florida State out in front here in this first quarter.
FSU just all over these PC guards, and they know that they can trouble these guards. They know they can get a hand on the ball. You can just see that confidence from these FSU defenders. And that's what Coach Wyckoff said. Look, my team likes defense because it leads to offense. And that was always my philosophy, Sam. Defense is something you have to do, but if you can get easier shots on offense because of your defense, that's the way you want to play.
Funny enough, defense actually hasn't really been the strong suit for this Florida State team up until this point. 67 points per game that they are allowing actually is last in the ACC right now. But Coach Brooke Wyckoff was kind of telling us when you're scoring 87 points a game, you're going to be moving the ball back and forth. So that's kind of some of the reason for that number defensively.
Exactly. They're playing higher possession games, which is what they want. So in that sense, you might give up a few more points, but you're okay because you know you can go score 90 on a given night.
All right, 11 turnovers for Presbyterian here in this first quarter has caused a lot of problems. And you talk about the points off of those turnovers. 12 of Florida State's points have come off of Presbyterian turnovers. Shot clock is off for Florida State here. 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Latson with the ball, just 2 points here in this first quarter. Hands it off to Bajetti, quickly around, and a shot coming from Aaron Howard at the buzzer is off the back iron. And that will be the end of the first quarter, but an excellent start for the 10-1 Florida State Seminoles at home. They ended on an 18-0 run over the last 5 minutes. 25-4 is your score. Second quarter coming up next on the ACC Network. Jump-started the growth and the investment into the women's basketball game, especially at the Division I level, Kelly.
Exactly right, Sam. And she was the coach of that 1976 team in Montreal that won silver. Had some pretty big-time players on that team. Someone named Pat Head, who later became Pat Summitt, and Nancy Lieberman. And that team really was a catalyst and started the U.S.'s success in Olympic games in basketball, but also encouraged more Division I teams and big schools to invest in women's hoops. And now we are seeing that investment pay off. So rest in peace to Coach Billy Moore, a Hall of Famer and a true pioneer in the sport.
Yeah, I'm with you there, KG. And the ripple effect of that team was really felt across all of women's sports as well. So our thoughts and prayers with Billy Moore's family. Snoop Turnage hits the deck there after knocking down her second three of the game. She's got 6 points.
We've been talking about Florida State's depth, Sam, and every player so far for FSU has scored. There are 2 players that aren't playing tonight due to injury, Jasmine Massengill and Taylor O'Brien, who are 2 very good players for this team, but they're out with some injuries. So only 8 players available for FSU at this point, and they've all scored.
Certainly worth noting, and we will absolutely touch on it later in this game. Florida State has a huge game coming up this Sunday against UConn up in Connecticut. And that is certainly one to circle. We were talking to Coach Wyckoff about that. She said, of course, got to focus on Presbyterian, but it's always exciting when you get a meeting with Gino and UConn.
That is one of the many must-watch games on Sunday in women's hoops. And I say it all the time, Sam, there is no sport out there that does a better job of compelling non-conference scheduling than women's basketball.
How about the threes falling in for Florida State? There is OMG making a three. Florida State right now has already made 5 threes on the evening.
It's crazy, Sam, because FSU struggled to shoot the 3 last year. That was a bugaboo for them. And this year, they're shooting the ball a lot better. I think part of that is they're getting open looks in transition with how fast they play. My favorite time to shoot a 3 was always in transition. You're just going to get open looks. And this was a good job, really, in the half court of Bajetti creating for Amaria Gordon, who knocks it down.
Contact there. Bajetti was flying in, connected with Christina Klein. Foul will go against Sarah Bajetti. Her first. Aubrey Kirsch will take it out, the freshman guard from Kansas for Presbyterian. 11 turnovers in the first quarter. See if Presbyterian can take better care of the ball here. That's a nice move in the post. In and out for Layla Grant. Presbyterian just can't buy a basket right now, Kelly.
And Sam, they've had some decent looks, especially from 3 in that first quarter. But they are cold as ice. 2 for 21 from the floor.
6 offensive rebound, by the way, for Florida State. Has led to some second chance opportunities.
And one thing to keep in mind with PC is they haven't played since December 6th. So I think part of that is just some rust. Their last game was that Florida game. Then they had finals week. So you're seeing some of that too.
Presbyterian finished 8th in the Big South last year. They were led by the now graduated Jade Compton, who averaged over 16 points per game last year, which set a new single-season record for Presbyterian in the D1 era of the program. So they are missing her. We talked about all the changes, too, on the roster. 11 newcomers. There's a nice shot in the corner 3 put in by Aubrey Kirsch.
And that's what I mean. They've had open looks from 3, but they haven't been able to see them fall. And let's see if that helps take the lid off the basket for the Blue Hose.
That was the first basket since 6:56 of the first quarter. Ball inside, fading away there. Layla Grant is no good. And quickly back the other way. Extra pass. Latson in the corner. In and out. Tried to follow it up, but the rebound was there for Paige Kinseth.
Great extra pass from Snoop Turnage to her high school teammate, Tanaya Latson. Those two played together in high school, and you can see that bond, but that was an unselfish play, and then Tanaya Latson just getting that rim out on the 3 ball.
The state championship in Georgia, 2021 Geico National Championship along with Latson. And another turnover. Bergetti is there. Back the other way, got fouled in transition by Kinseth.
And Sam, Bergetti is another one of those FSU players. I would say Bergetti, Aaron Howard, Valenzuela, these are players on last year's team that played a much smaller role than they're playing this year. And seeing more playing time, seeing more opportunities, you're really seeing what all 3 of those players can do.
Pictures of the Westlake High School duo there, Tanaya Latson and Brianna Turnage, a.k.a. Snoop Turnage. And Snoop actually committed to Virginia Tech out of high school. Ended up at Florida State, rejoining with her high school teammate. They have blended in quite nicely. A little reunion down here in Tallahassee. 34-7. Almost halfway through the second quarter. There's Brianna Brady having it stuffed in the post, back the other way. Latson had it blocked from behind. Last touch by Florida State, the block from Kinseth.
We've got blocks on both ends, and Kinseth with a great play. I've talked so much about Latson's ability to finish, and she is a great finisher, but that's what makes that block even more impressive from Kinseth.
It's a good look and a nice pass. Find the player underneath. Jumper good for Nuria Kunel, her first basket of the game. That drive off from Latson. Offensive rebound for Valenzuela as she got fouled. How about Latson, Kelly? 0 for 7 from the floor to start here.
It's very surprising, and a lot of those have been at the rim. I mean, that's what she does best. She gets to the rim and attacks, and she is 2 for 2 from the free throw line, but it looks like right now she's a little frustrated with the officiating and maybe the lack of calls, which is something that, you know, she's going to have to work through. You don't want the officials to see that you're frustrated, because then that can lead to even less calls, Sam. So again, She's still a freshman. Like, she's still 18 years old and just got to campus a couple months ago. And there's still a lot of time left in this game. But yeah, that is surprising to see her 0 for 7 at this point.
Again, averaging over 25 points per game, 5th in all of Division I in scoring. Tania Latson, 1 for 2 at the free throw line for Valenzuela. Shulkvist faked the 3 first and then missed on the second. And back the other way come the Seminoles. 35-9 is the score. Florida State 0 for their last 5 from the field. That one goes right through the legs there of Michaela Timpson. We will step aside. Media timeout under 5. Florida State out in front, 35-9.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Did you know that Geico could help with your homeowner's insurance?
Cookies.
Oh, it's my mum's secret recipe.
Is there a little nutmeg in there?
It's a secret.
Is it cinnamon?
It's my mum's secret recipe.
Geico. There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Lease a 2023 Tucson for just $259 a month or get 0% APR plus $500 bonus cash. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Yeah, sure. No.
And tonight's winning numbers are 18, 55, 39, 71, and 43.
43?
Those numbers again.
We won! Yes!
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
I'll hold on to that.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He would come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love brilliantly.
No one loved hot chicken more than my friend Sam. And this juicy, hot, spiced to order Dave's hot chicken would have been his favorite of all time if it wasn't for his other passion, driving with his head out the sunroof.
Stick your head out, Wiggles!
Wiggles, no! Please don't mess up and die before you eat Dave's.
Back here in Tallahassee, and so far for Florida State, one of their standouts has been freshman Snoop Turnage, who came into this game only averaging 1.5 points per game, but has 6 tonight, has hit 2 threes, has been very active on the defensive end, using her length and just being a spark off the bench for Florida State. This is what they need from her coming off the bench as a freshman, and was a very highly rated recruit in her class, showing that with her length and her shooting ability, and just a player that I'm sure Coach Wyckoff can't wait to continue to see grow into this role.
Yeah, played in the McDonald's All-American game alongside Tania Latson, of course, winning that Geico National Championship along with Latson. So they go way back, Westlake High School. There's another steal, Latson the other way. And Latson, her first made field goal of the game, now has 4 points.
And that should get Latson going. Hadn't made a field goal all day until that. Get the steal, get the easy 2, see the ball go through the net.
A little extended zone, too, for Florida State, playing in that 2-3. Kinseth thought about it, kicks it over to Kirsch. Trying to look inside, skip pass all the way out. Kirsch, 3 to shoot. Got to get a shot off. And it's good, Paige Kinseth.
From the logo, from the Seminole. How about that?
Valenzuela on the drive is off the mark. Back the other way come Presbyterian. Florida State hasn't exactly shot the ball really well so far in this game. They're shooting, as a team, just 35%, Kelly. Presbyterian's just been the turnovers.
Yes, and some of that's been missed layups for FSU.
Yeah.
What we just saw there from Valenzuela. But if Florida State sees some zone against UConn, which of course they're seeing some zone tonight against PC, I really like this look of having Timpson at the 5, Valenzuela at the 4, and Howard at the 3. You have good size, and Valenzuela with her shooting ability, which right on cue, to have her at that high post area and her size too, that's very difficult to guard. So look for that look from FSU as we continue throughout the season.
Such a smooth shot for Mariana Valenzuela out of Mexico. 2 for 2 from 3. Now she's shooting over 60% for the season, Kelly, from beyond the arc. It's just kind of silly.
Man, what I would do to shoot 60% on the year in a pretty good sample size. And look at her face, Sam. That looks routine for Valenzuela. She knew that was going in.
16 for 26 from three-point land for Mariana
unreal.
Valenzuela. That's not a small sample size. Klein inbounds to Shookvist. Trying to find Brianna Brady inside. Skip pass all the way. Curse travels.
FSU's done a really good job of...
That's actually Natalie Heron, excuse me, Kelly.
FSU's done a great job of preventing the ball from getting inside to Brianna Brady. That size for Florida State and playing that zone where you have that built-in help side, it's been really tough for PC to get the ball in her hands at all.
Timpson double-teamed in the corner there. Moved around Valenzuela, another 3. Can't be stopped. Mariana Valenzuela, 3 for 3 from long range tonight.
My goodness. Valenzuela, is she going to be shooting 70% from 3 by the time we end this evening, Sam Raj?
It's amazing. Valenzuela has made 3 threes in the game. She is 17 for 27 on the year. Snoop Turnage fighting for the rebound there.
I would say let's keep an eye out for Valenzuela on the next couple possessions, Sam.
Got to get a heat check here. Guard a little bit closer here on this possession. 5 to shoot. Into Timpson, powers right through the defender there. Brianna Brady absorbing the contact.
Valenzuela is just on fire. And there was a hands in her face. That shot was fully contested. And this is another player who, frankly, Sam, did not play much for FSU last year. And to see her role increase, I think the pace and space has been perfect for her. She's a great 4 in this system. And she just looks like a new player compared to last year.
Tilda Shookvist with 8 to shoot. Shookvist on the bounce. Might have been altered by Timpson there. Snoop Turnage will try from 3. That's too long. Presbyterian has struggled 2 for 16 from 3 here in this game. You kind of had a feeling if they can make some threes, might be a little bit closer than it is right now. That's a corner 3 off the mark for Heron, and bodies hit the floor underneath. Foul going against Presbyterian here. Or excuse me, going against Florida State, actually. It's going to be on Michaela Timpson, her second.
Coach Wyckoff trying to be cognizant of those fouls because, as we've said, they only have 8 active players. And that just kind of looked like they both fell at the same time. I'm not sure if there was actually a foul, but even though FSU only has 8 active players, the only player with 2 fouls is Timpson.
Victoria Canill, the transfer from Eastern Washington, coming off her first double-double of the season, had 10 points, 10 boards against Florida. Seconds to go here in the first half. Florida State in control, 43-14. Valenzuela now with the floater. Doesn't get the friendly roll, follows it up. Second shot, no good. Snoop Turnage on the follow.
That's 11 offensive rebounds for FSU in this first half. They've done a great job of attacking the glass. And Snoop Turnage, a player that we have mentioned that came into this game not really known as a scorer, at least at this level, has 8 points for the Noles.
You said it earlier, Kelly, averaging 1.5 points per game for Snoop Turnage, so well over that mark here. 5 seconds to go here in the first half. Presbyterian trying to end on a high note, and that shot no good from Mara Nira. Oh, an excellent start for Florida State, trying to improve to 11-1 this season. They lead it at the half, 45-14. In the meantime, we'll send it back up to Bristol and our friends Kelsey Riggs and Coach Muffet McGraw. Guys, message for her in the halftime break. Florida State will start with the ball. Tania Latson, only 4 points in the first half, 1 for 8 from the floor. Latson getting the first shot of the second half, goes in and out. Offensive rebound, Timpson had it knocked away. So 1 for 9 start for Tania Latson. What do you think the message was from Brooke Wyckoff at the half, KG, to her freshman stud?
Just continue to be yourself. Don't let a lack of calls or some missed shots let you get frustrated. And that's something, I mean, I can speak for myself as a freshman. If I was missing shots, I would get frustrated as well. And that's something you learn as you mature and get older. But to not let that affect the rest of your game, and it just shows Coach Wyckoff's confidence in her. She ran that first play for Tania Latson right out of the break, out of the half, because this is still, you know, the heart and soul of their team, and is going to be this year, this young true freshman who's incredibly talented. And so even when she's having an off night, you still want to go to her to tell her, hey, you're still our girl, you're still our go-to player, and we still want you to take any open look you have.
So just getting underway here in the second half. Kelly Gramlich, Sam Ravitch on hand with you here. Still have more basketball to play after we wrap up. NC State and Davidson will be playing on the ACC network. There's an and one for KK Timpson.
And this pass from Sarah Bajetti was just excellent to draw Timpson's defender in Brady and to dish to KK Timpson. A very good finish with the left hand. Bajetti now with 5 assists on the night to go with 7 points and 4 rebounds. So she's putting together quite the stat line.
Offensive rebound, Latson fires from 3 and hits. Latson, her second made field goal of the night. See if that gets her going.
It's only a matter of time for Tania Latson. I mean, her season low coming into this game was 19 points, Sam, and she's shooting 44% from 3. I'd like to see her take a few more threes when you look at that percentage and her numbers overall from beyond the arc.
8 made threes for Florida State. Their single game high this season is 9 against Harvard. Quickly back the other way. Latson wide open from the wing. In and out. She's had a couple of those. Followed up, though, by KK Timpson, who puts it back up and in.
KK Timpson, with her size and length, when she grabs an offensive rebound, Sam, she's basically at the rim. If she keeps the ball high, she is at the rim, and that's what makes her, I think, one of the most improved players in the ACC as her Noles are rolling.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Did you know that Geico could help with your homeowner's insurance?
Cookies.
Oh, it's my mum's secret recipe.
Is there a little nutmeg in there?
It's a secret.
Is it cinnamon?
It's my mum's secret recipe.
Geico. There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Lease a 2023 Santa Fe for just $259 a month or get 0% APR plus $1,750 bonus cash. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
It's bow time. This holiday season, put a bow on it with a big bow box for your family, friends, and neighbors. Because nothing says seasonings greetings like boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, and biscuits. Tonight, order a big bow box and spend less time in the kitchen. It's bow time.
Back to work? Back to work?
We've all got work worries. They're annoying little things that never leave us alone.
Deadlines!
Even at work. But you can get them under control. Asana makes work easier for your team, so you can focus on all the things that matter instead of just worrying about work. Make work work for you with Asana.
Welcome to Allstate, where the safer you drive, the more you save.
Like a glove.
There's nothing better than my 2 for $6 sausage biscuits in the morning, or afternoon, or at dinner time, or around midnight, or yeah, you get the picture. Try my 2 for $6 sausage biscuits anytime you like.
Well, KK Timpson having a breakout sophomore season, a world of difference from last year, Kelly.
She is doing it all for Florida State inside. Look at these blocks. She's hitting her head on the net. Pretty soon she's going to be hitting her head on the rim, Sam. I mean, I just love how she's grabbing offensive rebounds. She's averaging 4 boards a game. She's actually 4th in the ACC in overall rebounding. And as I was saying before the break, what she does so well is she grabs that offensive rebound, she pinpoints it in the air, and she doesn't come down with the ball. She keeps it high with her length. It's very tough to get to that ball, and she goes right back up. And I'm not sure if that was a block, Sam, but that was another strong contest from Michaela Timpson.
So Florida State is averaging 7 blocks per game. They've already got 8 in this game. They're the second best blocking team in the country behind South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina's averaging 10 blocks per game, which is just crazy. And Florida State is, as you said, right near 7. But they've done a great job. A lot of that is Michaela Timpson. She's averaging over 2.5 blocks per game. She leads the ACC in that category as well.
Aaron Howard with the pull-up J.
When I watch this Florida State team, Sam, I look at every single player on this roster and I think, you are improved from last year. And that's really impressive. Of course, the freshmen, we don't have anything to go off of, but Aaron Howard, Valenzuela, Gordon, all these different players, they have improved. And that's tremendous credit to Coach Wyckoff and her staff and the one-on-one work, the individual work. I've been very impressed. And that was part of why I picked FSU around that 9 range in the preseason, because I wasn't sure who was going to step up and fill those roles. And of course, Morgan Jones leaving was a big part of it too. But I'm just blown away by the improvement from nearly everybody on this Seminole roster.
Yeah, you got to remember, Florida State was picked to finish 9th in the preseason polls, probably in large part due to the shuffling that was going on in the summertime. 7 players transferred, 1 graduated, so there was a lot of unknowns. And of course, you had a Tanai Latson coming in, but there's always question marks as to how a freshman is going to make an impact right away. But there you see the preseason poll and their current records where they stand right now. Florida State at 10-1. There are 2 remaining undefeated teams. One is not on this list, and that is Virginia right now. Virginia Tech is 10-0.
I've just been very impressed. And right now, Florida State's 4th in the ACC standings. I know, of course, we haven't played any ACC games. FSU's strength of schedule is not great. It's in that 135 range. But they've been impressive against a little bit of a weaker schedule. And with Coach Wyckoff, I think some people were saying, okay, Susan Rao, she's a legend. She's moving on. How is Coach Wyckoff going to handle this? So I might not pick FSU as high as I normally would. And then, of course, Morgan Jones leaving, Bianca Jackson leaving, those players. But they have surprised. And they're without a doubt right now, Sam, a tournament team, FSU is. And let's see how much more they can do throughout the year.
56-18 here. Just about halfway through the third quarter in Tallahassee. Florida State continuing to run away with this one. Remember, they have UConn coming up next on Sunday as Christina Klein knocks down a three. She had 8 points in the last game against Florida, the transfer from LaSalle. Every single player available tonight for Florida State has scored. How about that move for KK Timpson, just shooting over the reach of Brianna Brady.
That is a strong move from the sophomore. That's a move she would not have made last year. To go to her left, I know she finished with her right, but a turnaround jumper in the air, she would not have done that last season. So again, it just speaks to the massive jump that Timpson has made in her game.
Mara Nira trying to feed inside. Brady double teamed. Now kicks it back out. Nira one to shoot. And a shot clock violation. Or did that go in? They're going to count it. I thought that was a little bit late. And they're going to count it for Brianna Brady. Second leading scorer on this team.
They will probably review that during the next timeout, Sam. That's definitely one of the things they can review is if a basket went in before the shot clock. And because it was so close, I feel like they'll have to take a look at that.
We will step aside. We'll see if the officials do indeed take a look at it. 4:26 to go in the third, and Florida State with a healthy lead.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Now, did you know that Geico could help with your homeowner's insurance?
Cookies.
Oh, it's my mum's secret recipe.
Got a little nutmeg in there?
It's a secret.
Is it cinnamon?
It's my mum's secret recipe.
Geico. There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Lease a 2023 Santa Fe for just $259 a month. Or get 0% APR plus $1,750 bonus cash. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Foul too big.
What?
Want it today? Get it today. Order online and get same-day delivery or in-store pickup. Only at Kay.
Kit Kat, 3 crispy wafers covered in milk chocolate. Work it, wafers.
You got a dog. Hi.
Oh, what you got there? All right, go get it.
When it comes to lasting relationships, we're thinking of every mile. The new Hyundai Tucson. It's your journey.
We're headed to the playground.
Yeah, we're going to the playground.
Have fun.
Just like that.
You think I've never been to the playground?
Shop Best Buy and experience the magic of giving the perfect gift.
You guys are actually going to get the ultimate hall pass and explore what life would be like with someone other than your spouse. Do you, in fact, have a love for the ages, or will you walk away?
Whatever the morning brings, sip your sunshine with 100% orange juice and no added sugar. Tropicana.
All right, so take 2 off the board for Presbyterian. The officials did indeed review that shot from Brianna Brady and did deem that it was a shot clock violation. There you see the light going off there, double zeros, and the ball still in the hand of Brianna Brady. So 58-21 is the score. 4:26 left to go in the third quarter. Kelly Gramlich, Sam Ravitch on hand with you here. Florida State with a nice lead, and there's a nice feed inside. Valencia Myers fouled on the shot.
And Sam, speaking of that review, I really like how the rules allow the officials to kind of mark that and then go review it at the next timeout so that we don't have to stop play for the fans, for the TV viewers. It's just better. Let's review it during a commercial, review it during a media timeout, and get that done where we're not messing up the rhythm of the game. So I appreciate how that is done, and a good job by the officials.
You're seeing that play out, I think, a lot more in sports. It just makes sense. You're seeing it in the World Cup, too, with offsides. Every time there's an offsides, they let it play through completely, and then they'll call the play afterwards. But the officials did indeed make the right call. 60-21 now. There's another turnover for Presbyterian. Back the other way. OMG puts it up and in. She's got 7.
Is there a better nickname? OMG,
no, there's not.
Omaria
Yeah.
Gordon. I love it. Great job by Omaria Gordon's mom, knowing she was going to be a baller. Gave her a great nickname, set her up for success in life. We love it.
There's Omaria Gordon, all ACC freshman team last year, but you still felt like there was room, a ton of room for improvement, and we're starting to see it here. You talk about her as a scorer, too. I thought it was a great question that you asked, the difference between OMG and Sarah Bajetti to Coach Wyckoff, and she gave a great answer, too, as Latson gets fouled.
Well, Coach Wyckoff has a ton of options right now because she has really 4 point guards. Bajetti, Massengill, Latson, and Gordon. And one thing you can never have too much of are ball handlers. You want numerous players that feel comfortable with the ball in their hand, breaking pressure, being able to run your offense. You never know what's going to happen with fouls or injuries, etc. And I thought it was interesting in this game because Massengill's out. You start OMG at the 1 and really playing Latson at the 2, but they're interchangeable. Latson's also brought the ball up the floor and initiated the offense. So it makes it tougher for the defense to prepare for that. And the beauty of Bajetti and all the 4 guards I mentioned is their skill sets translate to the 1 or the 2. So you can play them at either position and go with almost any duo. I think Massengill's more of a pure 1 and Omaria Gordon's more of a pure 1, but you still have a ton of options. And Coach Wyckoff likes to play them all together at different times.
So Latson now with 11 points on the night. Ball underneath, and a 3-second violation called against Presbyterian and Maria Canil. Touched upon it, but this is a... go ahead, Kelly.
They've played a good bit of zone tonight, Sam. I think some of that is, they like to play zone, but some of that is you only have 8 players, so you wanted to keep players out of foul trouble. I'm intrigued to see how much zone they play against UConn, and I know we're still focusing on this game, but I think UConn without AZ Fudd, and they still have some good shooters, but Aaliyah Edwards is the player you're really worried about. I think Florida State's going to play a decent amount of zone up at UConn in a couple days.
Even though they're not playing in stores, it's still going to be a very home-friendly crowd for the UConn Huskies. It certainly feels like with this new swagger Florida State has this season, that's a gettable game for them. And UConn has shown that they are gettable this year. Lost a couple games, still ranked in the top 10, though. Corner 3, rims in and out, offensive rebound. Valencia Meyer couldn't finish, and it's going the other way. Florida State already with 3 players in double figures, Valenzuela, Latson, and Timpson. Here's Brady with a nice move on the inside, coming in for the rebound. And Kinseth throws it away.
That's been Presbyterian's issue tonight. You saw that great rebound from Kinseth, but then she throws it away. They've made some plays, but they've had 1 too many turnovers. They're at 23 turnovers right now. And I think in general, they've gotten some good looks from 3, but they've really struggled from beyond the arc.
Myers creating space underneath, and Valencia Myers now with 6 points. Every single player on this team that is available tonight has scored at least 6 points. Just the depth and the way they're spreading the ball around has been impressive tonight.
I know it's early, Sam, and I don't like to jump to conclusions, but I think Florida State is definitely in the discussion for the deepest team in the ACC. We've seen some teams going with smaller rotations, whether it's the portal, injuries, whatever, but FSU, they feel really good about going 10 deep. They're going to play 10 players as long as they're healthy in every single game, and that is something that I think most other teams in the ACC can't say.
Yep, started to receive votes in the AP poll this week, out to their best start since the 2019-2020 season when they started 13-0. Valencia Myers was the only player on this roster that was actually on that team. Nice spin move by Valenzuela in the paint. Mariana Valenzuela leading the way for the Seminoles with 12.
And she can do it all. She can knock down the three, but he's also happy to go bang inside as well.
Kinseth with a nice move, and an elbow jumper falls.
I like Kinseth's game. She plays with real toughness out there. She has 9 rebounds for PC. Definitely their leading rebounder at this point. Had that big block earlier in the game. I like what I've seen.
Amaria Gordon dribbling circles around everybody. Snoop Turnage's three is long. There's Myers fighting for another offensive rebound. Turnage now gets fouled, and she will go to the line to shoot 2.
Valenzuela with the little spin move in the paint on Brianna Brady. And then here's Kinseth. I like her game, Sam. She's not afraid, and she's talking. Woo. Okay. Team's down a little. That's all right. You feel good about the shot you made and you're talking. I don't mind it.
Paige Kinseth receiving more playing time over the last 2 games. Played in 27 games last year as a freshman. One of only 2 returning players from last year's team carried over to this year. The only other one is Brianna Brady. "20 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and miscommunication leads to a basket on the other end for Amaria Gordon. It's been one of those nights for Presbyterian, running into a hot Florida State team and a block. Less than a second to shoot. Turnage couldn't get it off in time. They waved it off, but still an impressive shot. Gets a celebration from Sarah Bajetti as well, and high fives all around as the Noles are rolling tonight. 71 points, and we still got another quarter to play, folks.
Aaliyah Edwards, one of the best post players in the country for UConn. AZ Fudd, who you've probably heard about, who has just been excellent this year as a sophomore for UConn, is out with a knee injury for the next couple weeks, so she won't play, barring some sort of miracle. She's not going to play in this game, so this feels like it's a gettable game for FSU.
Right.
With Fudd out, who does so much for them. For me, one of the keys for FSU in that game, can they take advantage of the boards? UConn is really low, actually, in terms of offensive rebounding. That's something I think FSU can take advantage of. But one thing I've seen tonight, Sam, and we just saw PC make a 3 there, FSU cannot give UConn open looks from 3 like they have Presbyterian. UConn shooting 43% from beyond the arc. So FSU's going to have to defend the 3 a little better than they have tonight, just in terms of allowing open looks.
And the only other thing, too, UConn will have a full week off since the loss to Maryland last Sunday. And Coach Gino Auriemma was saying, look, we needed that. Like, we need this week off because this is a team that has really struggled with injuries, a lot of different starting lineups for UConn to start the season. But it is certainly going to be an exciting matchup this Sunday, Florida State and UConn, as Latson draws the contact. She'll go to the line.
Well, and Sam, speaking of injuries, I'm intrigued to see if Massengill and O'Brien play. for Florida State against UConn, because you want to have that as much depth as possible. You want to have all 10 players suited up and ready to go. You see O'Brien and Massengill there. O'Brien on your left, Massengill on your right in their sweatsuits. O'Brien's been out for quite a few games now with a lower body injury, and this is Massengill's first game that she has missed. So I don't know any inside information right now. Neither of them's wearing a boot or anything like that, so it would be a great sign for FSU to get those two back for UConn on Sunday.
And Massengill has not played since November 13th, as that three is short. All right, Saturday on ACC Network and the ESPN app, our college basketball doubleheader starts 1 Eastern with Pitt hosting North Florida. Oakland Zoo's going to be rocking as it always is. Then Cornell takes the 50-mile drive up Route 11 to square off against the Cuse. Syracuse have won the last 41 against the Big Red dating back to 1969. Heading into the last quarter here in the fourth, Florida State 74-29. Presbyterian has struggled with the turnovers here, trying to get in some subs. Sonia Sato has entered the game for the first time. The junior from McCook Community College will sub out. Another thing that Coach Laura Sharp was telling us, that she really hasn't found the lineup that she wants to roll with this season. Still moving a couple players in and out, shuffling rotations to see what's going to work. 5 for 25 from 3 here in this game. And that one falls in. Sarah Bajetti.
Great job by Latson on that play, attacking the paint in transition, drawing the defense, and kicking out to Bajetti for an open look.
9 threes for Florida State, ties a season high in a single game.
And here's what I mean, Latson attacking that defense, drawing defenders. PC was running back, wasn't sure where Bajetti was, and she makes him pay.
Valenzuela 3 for 4 from deep. Snoop Turnage has a pair. 6 different players making up those 9 made threes, by the way. Here's Latson with the floater in the paint.
And that's what I'm talking about, Sam. That's her finishing ability that we have seen throughout the season. She's so quick. She has such a quick first step that she can get to the rim with ease. So the next part of that is finishing through contact. And overall, throughout the season, she's done an exceptional job of that.
Sonia Sato's shot is short. And Kiki Timpson brings in the rebound. Timpson a rebound shy of a double-double tonight. Here's Bajetti. Nice pass to Timpson. Couldn't finish at the rim, though. And the pocket's picked. Latson's got 7 steals tonight, KG.
She has been all over these, whoever the ball handler really is for PC. She and Gordon have made it so tough on these PC ball handlers.
Timeout called by Alora Sharp. She wants to talk things over here. Just over 6.5 to go here in the game. Florida State leading 81-29.
Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Lips are burning.
Geico. Over 85 years of savings and service.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Lease a 2023 Santa Fe for just $259 a month or get 0% APR plus $1,750 bonus cash. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
The moment you dreamed of has arrived. Introducing the Kleinfeld Collection, exclusive styles at Zales. The Diamond Store.
Yeah, sure. No.
No one loved hot chicken more than my friend Sam. And this juicy, hot, spiced-to-order Dave's hot chicken would have been his favorite of all time if it wasn't for his other passion, driving with his head out the sunroof.
Stick your head out, Wiggles!
Wiggles, no! Please don't mess up and die before you eat Dave's.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
Ah, you didn't come to work out. You came to outwork. Let's get it.
Yo. Boom.
Come on, you got this.
Everyday man's on the
Hey,
block.
no challenge, no change.
The ting goes. Let's go.
Get $400 off Peloton packages.
Oh, Florida State women's basketball team spreading the holiday cheer around the Moore Center on campus, the athletic department as well. Just giving around some gifts, Kelly. It's always good to see the team get involved there and thank the people that help make the team run.
Well, I love the little antlers with the lights. I would really like some of those. And I like the Santa hats. And some of the fans today, Sam, have really brought the holiday cheer. I low-key think Santa might be here. There's a guy who looks a lot like Santa Claus in this building tonight, just saying.
We got a lot of great fans.
There's someone else.
In the talk tonight. We did see somebody who resembled Santa Claus earlier. He may have left to head back up to the North Pole and get everything ready.
Wow,
just catching the
Sam,
first half, maybe.
Very curious if he had to go this time of year.
Yeah,
He's very
he might
busy.
have. Yep.
Interesting.
We will never know. Another pass going out.
That's who I'm
There we go.
talking about. Sam, it would kind of make sense if Santa was a Florida man, right? I think it makes a lot of sense.
If I were Santa, that would be the place I would live, yeah.
You'd live in Florida for most of the year. Yeah, and then I think for December, your busy month, you go live in the North Pole. But then for the rest of the year, you live in Florida. I would,
Exactly.
that's what I would do.
Aaron Howard's shot, no good. Florida State trying to find their 10th three of the night. Already season high in steals, forced turnovers, and points off of turnovers. And there's another one, make it 8 for Latson.
When you look at Tanaya Latson, in that first half she still has 20 points. In the first half, she was 1 for 8 from the field with 4 points. In the second half, she's 6 for 8 from the field with 16 points. And a lot of that is through her defense, turning those steals into layups.
Latson now leading the way with 24 players in double figures for Florida State. That's a nice look there to Brady.
Great pass inside, threading the needle in the paint. Very difficult to do.
Snoop Turnage, no good. Talk more about this Florida State team and all the shuffling that went around when head coach Sue Semrau announced that she was retiring. And, you know, you can talk all you want about the accomplishments for Coach Semrau, the wins, losses. One thing we know for sure, KG, and I know you would agree with me on this, Florida State women's basketball is in a better place now than it was when she took over in 1997. And they look like they're poised for another run this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Sue Semrau built this program, completely built it from scratch. To go as far as the Elite Eight, to be a year-after-year contender in the ACC, always a threat to finish in the top 4. They're one of the best programs, one of the most consistent programs in the country. And so I understand some people having questions. Sue Semrau's retiring. She's moving on. But this was a succession plan. Brooke Wyckoff has been on Sue Simrell's staff for many years. She played at FSU, has her jersey retired at FSU, played the WNBA. So I think she's going to be able to continue this legacy. And I like some of the new things that she's put in with this team, with this system. And as I've said, it feels like every player on this roster has improved from last year to this year, and a lot of that credit goes to Coach Wyckoff. And Sam, I'd like to add that Coach Wyckoff has one of the best Blazer games in the ACC, and dare I say the country. Right now for me, and I love a good Blazer, the best wardrobe, best fit so far of the season in the ACC, it's between Brooke Wyckoff and Niele Ivey. Both of those coaches bring it every single night. They are not in the sweatsuit gang. They are not in the quarter zip gang. They are not about that life. They want to dress well. They want to make an impression. Niele and Brooke have been bringing it. We see them. Brooke is really, I would say she's one of my fashion icons, Sam. I'll just put it out there.
Fashion icon, that's high praise.
Yeah. And Niele, too.
It'll be great to see. The two will meet January 26th.
Imagine the Blazers in that game, Sam.
On the drive here, Carrillo had it knocked away. 3.5 to play in the game. Latson faked the three, puts it on the floor, gets to the rack, and finishes.
This is what she does so well. She gets to the rim. She can get by pretty much anybody. Look at that first step, pump fake, 2 dribbles, elevate, take the contact, and finish. I am so excited to see Latson play against UConn. I know tonight, the first half, she started slow, but she finished strong. And UConn, by far, the best competition that she will have faced so far in her young career. So I can't wait to see how she handles it.
Well, how impressed are you for the start that Latson had to finish the way that she is? And she knows where the game is at, but she's still playing 100%. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see from your freshman.
Exactly. And a lot of freshmen would have that first half and get down in the dumps, not be able to recover mentally. I don't know, someone may have spoken to her at halftime, whatever it is, but this is a veteran move. This is a mature basketball player where you can have a rough first half where things just aren't going your way and then come out in the second half and absolutely ball out. Just another way in which Tania Latson does not look like a freshman.
And that was exactly what I think Coach Brooke Wyckoff was saying was, look, I knew she was going to be great. I didn't know that she would be this poised as a freshman and this ready, mature as a freshman as she is. Because, like you said, most freshmen might have been putting their head down and maybe slumping through the rest of the game. Not Tania Latson. Gets it right back, and a blocking foul on Presbyterian in Aubrey Kirsch.
I mean, Sam, there are, 19 other McDonald's All-Americans in the country, and none of them are averaging 25.5 points per game. So it's not just that she's super talented. I think she brings it every night, and she's relentless. You can tell her motor, the way she attacks the rim, the way she's always hunting shots. She is never going to take a night off. You don't have to worry about that, and the moment is not too big as just a young freshman with how consistent she can be every single game for these Noles.
Takes a seat on the bench. Not sure we'll see her come back in the game, but if that is the case, 25 points for Tania Latson. Howard on the drive, couldn't finish at the rim, and a foul going the other way on Valencia Myers. That's her first. You look at the start to ACC play for Florida State as well. Starts the 21st of December. They play Miami, North Carolina, Georgia Tech, Clemson, Boston College. That's a schedule that I think favors Florida State at times. North Carolina, obviously, an excellent team. But Florida State could get out to a nice start in ACC play before the new year turns.
Yes, it's definitely manageable. And the way ACC scheduling works is you have 3 pods, and they're geographic. And so you have that southern pod that has Georgia Tech, Clemson, Wake Forest, Florida State, Miami. That's a pod where a lot of wins can be. You play all of those twice. Florida State, I think Miami is the second or first best team in that pod, depending who you like right now. Those are some winnable games for FSU on their ACC schedule.
Breakout game for Snoop Turnage here, KG. I mean, 13 points going to the line to try and make it 14. Again, averaging just 1.5 points. She's got a double-double here tonight.
Very impressed with Turnage, taking advantage of her opportunity with 2 other veteran guards out with injury. Her number was called, and she delivered, and now she's earning more playing time just with how she performed tonight.
Double dribble called after the steal for Sarah Bajetti. Florida State playing to the whistle here.
Someone tell Sarah Bajetti that Florida State's up 60, because the way she's defending, you would not believe that. She is continuing to guard incredibly hard on the perimeter.
Minute 40 to play in the game here. Florida State with another steal. A kick ball will go against Florida State. And Bajetti continues to just hound these Presbyterian players right now.
I don't know how Bajetti only has 3 steals. It seems like she's had more than that. Florida State as a team has 20 steals tonight. It's impressive.
Florida State has already hit the century mark 4 times in the season. They've gotten 100 points or more 4 times. Trying to make their 5th, and an emphatic block from Snoop Turnage on the outside. That's what she provides. Versatility and length on the wing, standing at 6'1".
Turnage with a double-double tonight. 14 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. As you said, Sam, truly a breakout game for the freshman.
Carrillo for 3 is too strong. Last touched by KK Timpson. The Florida State team that struggled a little bit defensively coming into this game, not the case today. They have turned it on. Half of their points in this game have come off of turnovers. 48 points off of turnovers today. Came into this game allowing on average 67 points per game, which ranked last in the conference. And a drive there, no good on the layup. The follow from Myers is off the mark. Valenzuela battling with 3 blue jerseys, and a jump ball possession will stay with Florida State. Under a minute to go.
If there's one critique of Florida State tonight in a great game that they have played, it's some of those missed layups. I think that's what Coach Wyckoff is going to harp on from now until the UConn game. UConn can flat out score, even without Thud. They're going to score the rock. You got to score with them, and so you can't afford to miss easy opportunities. And of course, the Noles know that, and I'm sure that will be a focus heading into the game with the Huskies.
Just about 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here. And a whistle off the ball will go against Presbyterian here. It'll be on Natalie Herron, her second. And Florida State in the bonus will shoot.
And Sam, coming up next on our network, we've got number 8 NC State hosting Davidson, another very good team in the ACC. Another very deep team, similar to Florida State, is NC State. So excited to watch the Wolf coming up next.
All right, so 98 points tonight for Florida State, as Presbyterian will have this last possession And Carrillo on the drive puts it up and in. And Florida State will opt to just dribble it out here. Kelly, I got to get your thoughts on this Florida State team that improves to 11-1 tonight, because right now, Florida State is for real.
They don't give out a most improved team award in the ACC, but top to bottom, I think this is the most improved team just with these individual players. They're very deep. They have a superstar.